Hi, my name is Teresa Micheletti, and this site is called Take What Rings True. So, the whole idea is I'm going to talk about some spiritual stuff, and you can decide whether you want to believe it or not. You can believe nothing, I say. So, take what rings true to you and let the rest go. So, today I want to talk about being highly stressed, which I've had personal experience with, and hopefully you have not. So, today I want to talk about mainly the loop that keeps replaying. So I don't know if you've been in a stressful situation or deal with a stressful person, but if it's ongoing, it can be debilitating, it can be life altering. So I'm going to talk about some tools that I use to help deal with the situation, to not be in constant turmoil. So I know that you must be a good person if you're listening to this, an ethical person, and you expect other people to be logical and to treat you ethically and be ethical. However, a lot of times you encounter people or situations where that's not true. And it's like those old fashioned game things. And it's like tilt. This is not making sense to me. And because it's not making sense, you replay the situation, you replay the encounter with the person over and over and over again, trying to understand it, which of course you can't do because it doesn't make sense. The other thing that I do is I replay it and then I rehearse. What's going to happen the next time I talk to that person? What's going to happen the next time I'm in that situation? So I'm never present in the present. So I don't have joy. I don't have happiness that I'm feeling because I'm not in the present. You know the saying, stop and smell the roses? If you're dealing with a situation where you're highly stressed, you tend not to be in the present. You're always rehearsing what you're going to do in the future. You're always replaying what you did in the past, and you're never in the present. So even if you're dealing with someone who's really awful, causing you lots of stress, if you're never stopping to look at the roses, you're never stopping to enjoy the food you're eating, you're never stopping to look at the little kid that's playing down the street, then you're not in the present and there's no emotion that's coming to you that's positive because you're living in the past or the future. So we are spirits having an earthly experience. What I suggest is number one, be beyond your body. You have an electrical emanation called your aura, but it's also part of your etheric, heavenly body. So if you think of yourself as not in this physical body, but beyond it, because you're so much more powerful than this body, think of being beyond your body in your ethereal, heavenly body and being the observer. So you're not reliving. You're more observing what's going on and not in the middle of the negative situation, the middle of replaying, rehearsing what's going to happen next, what you're going to say next. So, number one, try being beyond your body and having your focus be being the observer. One of my mentors, Rahim, a spirit guide, said that we're really just a hologram and this whole earth is not a reality. We wrote ourselves into a play, and earth is a place to experience and share our experiences with our creator, which is why we were created in the first place, I believe, to experience and share our experiences. We wrote in our play that we wanted to experience certain things and see how they unfold. We are responsible for our reactions to those things that happen, but we're not responsible for other people's reactions to what we do or say. A lot of times, someone who's causing you to be highly stressed is blaming you for things and is blaming you for their reactions, which is not something that you need to take on. Stop taking it on and stop feeling guilty or sad or upset because of someone else's reactions. That's their choice to react like that. We're responsible for our reactions, not someone else's reactions. So someone treats us horribly. Should we be a doormat? No. However, if the person made you angry or mad, then that's your reaction. If you made them angry, mad, sad, that's their reaction. Not to say that, you wrecked their car and then you should just say, oh, well, that's just an experience. Take responsibility for what you do, but don't take responsibility for their reactions. That's their reactions. You can say, I'm sorry I wrecked your car, but that doesn't mean for the rest of your life you have to feel guilty. So, what can you do now? Usually, what I do is I replay the experience, the scene over and over and over again in my mind continuously. Does that help? No. So, don't keep looping the experience. Or I rehearse, okay, what am I going to say to that person or in that situation the next time? And I rehearse that over and over and over again. That doesn't help either. That's the future. I don't know what's going to happen for sure in the future. So why do I keep rehearsing it? I have no clue. But I have to stop myself. Stop rehearsing. Stop looping the past. Stop replaying it. So instead of repeating, rehearsing, looping, they say all roads lead to, well, in this case, all roads lead to the same thoughts over and over and over again, which is not helpful. So, number one, I would suggest going beyond your body. Next, if there's an emotion you need to face, if you're sad, if you're angry, if you're upset, then face that emotion. React to that emotion. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to go kick a box, kick a box. If you need to throw your pillow, throw your pillow. Feel that emotion. Immerse yourself in that emotion and then let it drain away. Don't keep it. You don't need to keep it. So you might need to figure out, what did I learn from this experience? Is it just that this person makes no sense and is never going to make sense, so stop thinking about it? If it's an ongoing experience, then it may take time to unwind it. For some people, this situation will not end until someone dies. Say you're the caretaker for an awful person in your family, and you don't have the money to pay for someone else to take care of them. They don't have long-term insurance for health. Then what do you need to do? Disengage as much as possible. So let me explain my situation and the tools that I'm using. At the moment, I'm continuously frustrated, sad, angry, and feeling that this doesn't make sense with a person I'm in a karmic circle with. So that means that I have karma with excuse me. I have karma with them, but also there are other people involved who have karma with them. So the lawyer has karma with them. The actual person has karma with somebody else. There's at least 3 other people that have karma with this. I'm done with my karma according to the angels, but I'm still in the situation. I cannot remove myself from it until everyone has learned their lesson and it's played out. So I have to stay there. So what can I do? Obviously, I don't want to keep rehearsing and replaying. So instead, I need to think about, okay, true, this person is not ethical. This person has no moral compass. She's not going to point towards love or kindness because those things she's not going to claim. That's not going to be part of her. No matter how much I believe that's how she should react, that's not what she's going to do. So some people would say this is good versus evil. you're the person of light and they're the person of darkness, negating the positive. So, since they don't make sense, this person lies and takes advantage of other people and blames me, of course. So, since I know I'm not the one who stole the wedding ring, I'm not the one who took the printer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, then what do I do? Work out my emotions, which I do sometimes. It's like, okay, just cry it out. Then tell myself, I am a spirit living a human experience. I'm in a play. This is not a true reality. So ground myself, raise my vibration. So ground yourself. Ground yourself is like thinking of yourself like a tree, and think of roots going down from your feet, from your tailbone into the earth and connecting you to the earth. Because the other thing that I've done in the past is I just flip out and I'm like in a cloud, not even on this earth. I just like move my consciousness away, which is not helpful. So I ground myself. The next thing I do is I raise my vibration. So I'm not in the middle of this yucky person's level of thinking. So how do I do that? If you're a hypnotist, you have an advantage because you can take yourself up into REM, and that's a higher vibration. If not, then think of yourself as going through the clouds, through the roof of your house, up into the sky, and move your attention up, 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 up. Just get it as high as you can. And I'm going to do a follow-up meditation, which I will post in the comments, and you can access that if you want to learn how to do these things more fully, and you can experience raising your vibration and using these tools. Okay, so you're focused beyond your body, you've grounded yourself, you've raised your vibration. Those are things that I suggest. You don't have to do any of those. Expand yourself. Think of yourself as tall, as your true essence. Rise up into yourself. Don't be a little diminished person. Raise up into yourself. And then think of yourself, okay, I know I am a child of the Creator, or God, as I call this essence, or the universe, whatever you want to call it. I know I'm a child of the Creator. And think of sending out love of the universe, love of God from your heart space. So you're in your ethereal body. Your focus is beyond this physical body. You are focused on being the observer, not in the middle of the situation. You're focused on bringing the love of the universe, the love of God through you, and send it out. So you see yourself in your mind's eye. You're not in your physical body. You're focused on your earth, your ethereal body. You are the observer. You're standing as tall as you can, just being your true essence. You're gathering the love of the universe or of God and sending that out. And then thinking, okay, this is a play. This is a non-reality. I'm experiencing in this non-reality. So I'm going to send out love, and whatever that person or that situation is, let it be whatever it's going to be. I don't have to react to every single thing that happens, every single thing the other person says. I can observe it, and their reactions are their choice. The situation is as it is. I'm not going to change it. And send out love. Just keep sending out love and thinking, this is not a reality. This is my part in the play. This is not a reality. This is my part in the play. So in your mind, whoever that person is or whatever that situation is, just let it be. Tell yourself you're not responsible for other people's reactions. You're not responsible for the situation. As I said before, if you wrecked somebody's car, well, then you are somewhat responsible for that point in time and deal with it. So this is not a true reality. This is a hologram we're experiencing. So let go of the emotion, let it drop away, take a breath. Think of yourself filled with love and send it out. Sending out from your heart space and fill yourself up with love. You deserve love. Think of surrounding yourself and infusing yourself with that love. Now, think of that love also like a shield, a barrier between you and the situation, between you and the person that is causing the stress. Now, see yourself sending out that love. Take a breath and see yourself sending out that love. Don't buy into the negative person's triggers. They're going to try to trigger you. Don't let them do that. That's why you need to be in that ethereal body beyond yourself and be the observer so you don't get triggered. You can say, oh, they're trying to trigger me again. They're trying to set me off. Don't let that happen. It's their choice how to react. Just keep sending out love. If you start replaying the thoughts again or rehearsing the thoughts again, then think of cleansing your spirit. Literally take a shower or think of a waterfall just flowing through you and gathering up all those negative thoughts and letting them flow away. What I also do is I use a rainfall of rose petals. So I use pink rose petals and I think of a rainfall of rose petals just going through my mind and through my body, through my mind and through my body. I also use this when I'm trying to sleep and I can't sleep. I just think of the rose petals, and I can go to sleep pretty quick. So clear your mind. I suggest water, thinking of water, or actually using water, or the rose petals. Have you ever been to a fancy restaurant where they give you sherbet to cleanse your palate between courses? Well, that's what I think of when I think of the rose petals raining down. You can sense them or see them in your mind's eye, or just know that they can be there. So close your eyes now, if you don't mind. And I want you to think about rose petals softly raining from the sky, raining through you, the rose petals going through your mind. Gently let the rose petals fall down, raining through you. Focus on the rose petals. Just let them rain down. More rose petals softly raining down. Take a breath. Okay, when you're ready, open your eyes. Okay, let's review. In my opinion, and from what I know with spirit guides and angels, we are on earth to experience. Our true reality is the other side, heaven. We are in a giant play. As Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. Well, we are the people in the play, and we interact with people and deal with situations, and we're playing a role in our lives. It's hard to remember that because you're in the middle of stuff, the middle of emotion, the middle of situations. But if you can take a breath and remove yourself, put yourself beyond your body and think of yourself as playing a role in your life. And these situations are really experiences along our life path. Okay, so number one, in this case, think of yourself as playing a role. Number two, ground yourself. Number three, raise your vibration. If you know how to do that. If you don't, then skip that part. Next, focus on your spirit body beyond your physical body. And let your focus be on being the observer, watching what's happening, thinking about what's happening, but not being in the middle of it. You're set apart from the earthly body. You set yourself apart beyond your body. So I constantly tell myself, I'm beyond my body. Let me be focused beyond my body. Then fill yourself with love of the universe or creator or God, and send that love out, and think of it being a barrier, like a shield in front of you. It's like a layer between you and the experience, between you and that negative person causing stress. Focus on being beyond your body. Remember, other people are responsible for their own reactions. They're responsible for what they do and say. So let them be. Let them do whatever they're going to do. Be the observer. Watch the experience or the situation. Watch what other people are doing, but you don't have to react to everything people do, everything people say. Be the observer, not in the middle. Send out love. If you need to clear your mind, if you're replaying or you're rehearsing what's going to happen next, then clear yourself. Think of water rushing through you and taking away the negative thoughts. Think of the rose petals coming down and be in the present. If you're highly stressed, you tend to be in the future or in the past and never in the present. And there's nice things in the present. Look at the roses. Enjoy your dinner. Enjoy your surroundings. Be thankful you have a fire in the fireplace. Be thankful you have a good book to read. Be in the present. Send out love. And be good to yourself. I know if you're highly stressed, you tend to repeat the pattern, repeat the pattern, repeat the pattern. Don't. Stop. Okay, what are some tools you can use? I gave you some tools. So if you're in a stressful situation, then stop and think, okay, what can I do? The number one thing I think is to be beyond your body, to be in, think of yourself like in a space, an electrical space beyond you. Take a breath. Taking a breath itself just clears your mind a little bit. So breathe. Use the rose petals. Think of the water washing through. Be the observer. If you're the observer in the situation, then you don't get caught up in the triggers that people try to give you or the situation that replays again and again. So hopefully you are not in a continuing, ongoing situation. Even if it's just a one-time thing, you can still use these tools if you're in a stressful situation. So thank you for joining me. I will see you next Wednesday at 10 a.m. on YouTube or Facebook. And remember, in a few minutes, I will post a meditation that you can use. Bye.